Playing some EverQuest this evening. We'll continue on with our Beastlord and leveling and getting more AAs and progressing with different quests that we can find as we go. We're just about to enter the world and join the lands of North. Anyways, that being said, I want to thank everybody for taking time to watch me play and enjoy the game as much as I enjoy playing the game. And I want to thank Great Owl for the gifts he sent to me in a parcel gift on the last stream. That was awesome of him. I want to thank um, the other Defurry for helping me get the Chaos Ring for my Beastlord, which is a uh, special item that actually attunes to my Beastlord's pet, so it makes it stronger and better. And I did see the changes. And thank you guys for helping me out and treating me really well. I want to pay special thanks to the EverQuest community. You guys are awesome. You have been very supportive and really nice, and I thank you for welcoming me back from such a long hiatus. It's great being back with you guys, and I hope that you'll continue helping out the newbies as you always have, and hopefully we can make the community grow even bigger. Anyways, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get down to the nitty gritty, get our quest, and see where we're going to go today. And I'm pretty sure it's going to probably be Black Feathers again. If not, then we're going somewhere new, which is nice. After we finish the daily quest, we'll then continue on to Bloodfield, sorry, and continue just getting some experience there and just running amok like I always do. So anyways, that being said and all, let's continue on and enjoy today's game. And thank you for joining me again on this fine Tuesday. It looks like we are going to Blackfeather Roost, so we're going to go kill us some griffins. It looks like a lot of fun here. Hopefully we'll get done in less than an hour and then head over to Bloodfield. The quest for killing the Blackfeathers should be switching within about a week or so. So it looks like we'll be going somewhere else because the month is almost up. Crescent Reach. I think my server went to standard setup, which means that you probably don't have to pay to play anymore for this server. Because I don't see a timer on how much time you have left to play for this server anymore, like it usually does. So it might actually be a free server now, for those of you that don't know. For those of you that are in the stream that are looking into it, please let me know. It'd be quite interesting if I am right about that. Meaning it's no longer a server you have to pay a monthly fee for. Let's see here. Let's get invisibility up. Excuse me while I grab a quick drink of Pepsi. I mean Coke. A Trent advances. Dodge that tree, dodge that rock. I like the outfit that I got now. This is the indifferent incarnate defiant set color. Looks actually pretty nice. That's the full set for the visual appearance. I always like the Valshare style of armor. It has the back open to let out heat and the under the arms, the inside of the arms. It's quite interesting. I think it's more so to help with cooling of the body because of their fur structure. Although in some cases, some of the areas where they open up is a little impractical for armor. But still, I like the aesthetic design. Mesa Wolves. It's a shame that I couldn't get my old account with the surname on it. Oh, I forgot the password, and I forgot the password on it and the name. I think I still remember it, but the problem is this. I think Sony deleted it when it went over to Daybreak Games. So I don't know if I have it still. Wow, I did not know that. Alright, so kind of sitting here and seeing what's out there. Did not know the Centaurs actually came out this far. So we're back at it again. Getting fluffy with the Beastlords. Myth Fluffenstein. That's actually pretty funny there. Good sense of humor there, Mech Warrior. Yep, getting fluffy. I should have named this character Fluffy Mall. What do you think? Good to see you again, man. Yesterday I couldn't stream because we had a surprise inspection this morning, so I had to clean the house to get ready for it. It took me 7 hours to get the house fully cleaned. Or, sorry, the apartment. Oh, okay. See you in a bit. Alright, we'll get our buffs up that we need real quick. Actually, Frenzy first, because that's the longest it takes. Let's see. Looks like we're okay until we hit the next side. Wait a little bit. Alright, level 60. Go ahead and take this fat bird out. Make some chitlin and chives out of them. We need some bird Kentucky Fried Chicken. Because we do chicken right. Haha! Kentucky Fried Griffin. We do Griffin right. There we go. Hit me with that stupid 11-minute debuff. Keep an eye out for the ad. Yeah, we don't need to use any more dots on it. Ourselves an AA right off the bat. Nice. Alright, let's continue on. With that being said, alright, I'll need to go and buy myself a clarity potion. Alright. Thank you so much. Alright, and then let's see here. We need to move you to up here primarily. Then we're going to have to put you here, here. Oh, there's something in there. Okay. Click that, claim reward, select option. There we go. Everything's all right. More parcels? Wow. Someone's been really nice to me. I got another parcel gift. We'll see what that is, and I'll thank them for that as well. It's pretty nice of people to gift me stuff. That's I don't know what to do with all of it. There's only so much I can use. I do thank you. That's really nice of you. But we'll check that out a little later. I want to get questing done for a little bit. Oh boy. Oh, better stop. What? It would not let my... Okay, that's weird. Alright. Just summon up another one. Should have came over to me. Must have been a bug. Alright, let's see here. Let's see. Alright, there we go. And then that's it. There we go. He is a 60, so better get protective. Surprise Shaw's is wearing off on him. Alright, there we go. Should take that. Oh, resist. Ah, you can't resist it forever. There we go. Kicking some Griffin ass. Basically beating it with 2 hammers. Oh, the hilarity of this. Strike the ass while it's hot. Sorry, terrible, terrible, terrible. I'm being terrible today. But I find some humor in it, you know what I mean? I mean, think about it. Too bad it wasn't like drumsticks. Then you could really say you're drumming that. Yeah, you get the idea. Oh, that is so sad. So bad, so sad. I easily amuse myself. That's the sad part. That's the worst part. Alright. Let's see here. Is that... Yeah, the same little BS again. Wonder if I can beat it. But I'm not here to fight that. I'm just here to get these stupid little griffins and get the heck out. Because I want to go to Bloodfields. I've been having a lot of fun just venturing the Bloodfields and checking it out. Okay, I've only seen 2 so far. Which means there's a third right there. Doesn't look to be a casting griffin. Doesn't seem like to be a shaman griffin. And don't tell me it's another one of these stupid, it's a stupid aristocrat. Ah, seriously? Those things hit so damn hard. Welcome, viewers. We were just making some griffin jokes just a few minutes ago. I'm going to see if this pet can handle this now. First, I am going to... Whoa. That hits hard. Holy cow. Nope. Holy cow. Hell no. That thing just tore through me so fast. Wow. Okay, so that's a... Nope, Chuck Desta. Okay, so I know I can't touch that. Not for another 4 levels. Damn, that thing's rough. Alright, let's see here. Well, it was good to know and a good test. I mean, the fact that it took almost 20% of my health every hit. Yeah, and then just 2 shot at the water. Yeah, that's a little much. Alright. Just stick to the griffins. And non-named characters. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that mob was just really nasty. It's a named creature, so I was kind of expecting to get my butt handed to me in the first place. It's just one of those fights, you know, you're gonna lose just by looking at it and conning it, but you just want to give it a try to see how well you do. I'm nowhere near its level. That thing just barely touched me, and it was ow. Lots of ow. All right, let's see here. Gotta get haste up. Oh, I get my water maximum haste at least. That's hilarious. Alright, Howl Spirits too. Then throw that on. Yeah, right now I'm doing the kill 5 black feathers. Pretty easy to do. It's just avoiding these aristocrats and getting the target I need, which is these guys. Oh, I can't pull it with that there. And I can't kill this one. He is a named, and he's yellow, so he's higher level than me. So I'm trying to catch this one. It's like freaking Pokemon. Gotta catch them all. The name of the game is pulling them without aggroing anything else. That's hard. Alright, maybe. Oh, darn it. Ooh, this guy I can. It's 59, so it shouldn't be too much trouble. Usually, not too much trouble. There we go. Yeah, this is the full Incarnate set. Incarnate Defiant set. So I'm rocking the entire set finally. Legs, helmet, pretty much everything that you need for it. There's a few pieces I'm still missing. Wow, this one's actually hitting really hard. Oh. Well, there goes the pet. Nope. Saved it at 1%. Damn. Now that was a close one. It's like that moment you thought, well, it's dead, and you're trying to heal it. The question is if the Griffin is going to hit it quick enough, or if you're going to get healed through fast enough. For a 59, it actually hits really good and hard. Have it sit here. Actually guard there. Now this is what I currently have in gear. and 2 of those. So most of it I bought, some of it I found, and a couple pieces were given to me by some nice people who sent me some parcels. Like Great Owl. He gave me the last piece for my set, which was the bracer. So I got some really high-end stuff for just being a level 62. Although this does need to be updated. This as well. And the other earring. So the choker as well. Oh, pull that one back real quick. So some of my stuff still needs updating. Got 2 of those. And that's what I'm pretty much rocking on this character. This undead trap is hilarious. Sometimes I come across undead even at higher levels and just place that down and it catches them. I think it's great. Alright, let's see. Is he up? I'm going to go see if the other's up. It is. So we'll have it follow. It'll teleport right back to me, which is nice. This is a 59. Hey, welcome back, Mech Warrior. Hey, Cyber, you have any other comments or questions? Love to hear them. Alright, there we go. Mythweaver, Mech Warrior. Better skills than the abilities. Summon an Atlas, right? Instead of a warrior. Summon an assault mech. A random assault mech. So you start off with your first summon being a fleet, and then with each level of summon that you get, or spell scroll of summon you get, becomes a different type of mech and different variants, and they get stronger and stronger as you get higher and higher levels. That'd be quite interesting. That's easy. Easy peasy. That's one left to go. Nice. That'd be interesting, but completely game breaking. Here, let's have a 3-story or 4-story or 5-story mecha blasting small little human-sized things away. Oh, jeez. Overkill much? Do you know the meaning of overkill? Nope, what's overkill? Probably he's gonna say. Oh, never. Okay. Never heard of it. Overkill? What's that? That's how I would have responded. There's the last one I need. Alright, let's see if we can nab it. There we go. What is it? Oh, 61. Better use that then. It went really well. But I'm sore as heck, though, after spending 7 hours straight of cleaning. As every part of the house I could possibly get to. Or the apartment, actually. Uh-oh. And what happened to him? He got crushed. Bad touch. Oh, man. Alright, there we go. Got that done. We're going to head over to the Bloodfields now. The bad touch. You hit him with cruisers again? Jeez. Did you use cruisers again? You know you're going to be called very unsportsmanship with using strike cruisers and battleships. Okay, okay, good. At least you beat him actually with battle mechs this time. Ouch! That's nasty. That's real bad touch right there. The vanquishers? Oh, Jesus. I know what you're talking about right there. That's just some seriously bad touch. Alright, let's get moving to the Bloodfields. I've got the quest done for the Black Feathers. That only took 41 minutes to complete. Not bad. That's actually pretty quick. Welcome to Kitty Jail. This is where they have a whole bunch of people pretty much stuck in here. And undead. And looks like gnomes. Ah, yes, parcels. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Oh, wow. Thank you again, Great Owl, for the items. I definitely will be using the hand wrap, because that gives me a set of 2. I love using hand-to-hand items. That is awesome of you, Great Owl. Thank you again for the nice gifts that you have given. Let's see here. Definitely be putting that to use right now, because I love hand-to-hand weapons versus hammers, because the hammers just look so unsophisticated for a Valshare. That's 1. And then that's 2. There we go. I only pull out the hammers if I just need the stats for what they can do. But I like the hand-to-hand weapons. Here's the hammer stat. And then here is the hand-to-hand weapon stats. Granted, I get a little less HP, but I get more mana and more end. I have a less delay on it. Damage is a little less. And damage boon is a little less. So it's a little less damage overall. And a little less stats here and there. But overall, it's very comparable by the speed of this weapon, which is 6 less than the hammer. So I get more attacks. I get about 1.5 more attacks than I would with the hammers. So it's well worth it for the double hand wraps. Thank you, Great Owl. That was awesome of you. I was actually in the market of going to buy another hand wrap. Thank you so much for giving me one. I always keep 2 sets of weapons in play. The hammer, 100 blunts, and hand-to-hand items. Because those are the 2 that tend to be used the most. Oh, that's pretty nice. So they got a mech that cannot be salvageable rights, and it's a nice one too, I bet. Oh, oops. No, I gotta go back to the Priest of Discord. Bad kitty. Nice! So what if they got a whole lance of no salvage rights and they go after you? And you win. You can't take anything. Ha ha ha. Be careful. That was just deathly. Oh, you are so mean. You're really in love with your battleships in Deathfleet, huh? I call it your bad touch fleet, honestly. It's just brutal. Very, very brutal. You are the one who slays. That is true. Oh, really? They brought a joke, Lance. Oh, man. What do they go after you with? 4 fleas? I bet you would be. Wasted your time, huh? Oh, that's so funny. Overwhelmed them with tanks and planes. In mass, it works. You get that lucky critical hit to the cockpit, and they go down fast. I bet, especially on the tabletop. Let's see here. All right, I'm gonna need to rebuff myself. I already did that. Wow. Uh-oh. Them fighting words right there. I think that guy was trying to pick a fight. Who knows? He probably didn't want to risk losing his precious, a precious battle mech from fighting someone he didn't know how they fought. Kind of like testing the battlefield to see what needed to be done. Let's see here. Alt advance. Let's see where it's sitting at. I got 4 right now. And we're on Arch type. We're on the 5 category. So definitely mental clarity should be next. Mana regen is always good. That's good. At least you're pretty nice about it. A lot of people where I'm at would be complete jerks about taking critical items intentionally. Let alone be more than willing to take your whole army if they can. Because they got the gaming pieces to do it. Yeah, those fists are much better. Go ahead and fight our way through. Oh, it didn't. That's a surprise. Yeah. It's kind of funny. I think the people that I played 40k here with, which are very, very cutthroat type players, could learn a few things from you. But then again, the way that they are, it doesn't matter. They just want to play to win. Show how big their biggest E-ping is. You know what I mean? It's really not fun playing against them because they use every dirty trick and exploit they could possibly pull in the game, and then making rules luring the rules themselves in their favor, so that way you don't have a chance against them. Basically teaching you to know your rules better, and you won't get screwed with. It's like they do that intentionally. Oh, a barbecue. That's pretty darn nice. They wouldn't play BattleTech because BattleTech is a little more balanced, is a lot more balanced than 40k. They like the like having the ability to just play dirty. Especially getting units from from an online distributor that can only be bought through online called Forge World, that has experimental rules and other stuff for the game that did not cut for the actual game itself because they were deemed a little too powerful or unsure of. So basically, they have this one model that's like $25 to buy, and it's only 40 points in the game to use, and it has such ridiculously insane abilities. And they run out like 3 or 4 of these and they're psychers too, which makes it even worse. They run 3 or 4 of these models in their army just to make it easier for them to get away with, oh, I can cast psychic powers in the psychic phase, attack in the attack phase, and beach down on the assault phase with this guy. It's like, what the? It's like one model capable of doing like 4 different things. It's so unbalanced. Forge World does have other models and stuff for all armies and stuff, but the problem is that a lot of the rules that are with it are really unbalanced and game breaking. But they can be used in tournaments because the tournaments allow them.
What's up, big guy?
Hey, Wartooth, what's up? It's Been a while.
Yeah, I know. I've been playing the Ghost of Tsushima fucking like the last like fucking week, dude. I'm so sorry.
I watched I watched the movie of it where they got all the cutscenes and made a movie.
Dude, it
It
was
it
so sick.
rocked.
The game was bitching, dude. The game
Oh,
itself was super sick.
I know. I watched some of the gameplay too. I was like, holy
If
cow!
they come up with some sort of a part 2 or whatever, I'm gonna have to get a PS5.
You know
Fuck,
they're gonna bring it to
I
PC.
wanna...
They're gonna eventually bring it to PC.
Well, my dad told me to just keep the PlayStation. Like, I borrowed my dad's PS4.
Mm.
And he's like, you just keep it. He shipped it over to me. He's like, you just have it. Because he's waiting for Battlefield 6, which is going to be PS5. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But still, yeah, that game I have to say, mad props all the way.
Oh, the game was so sick, dude. It was amazing. When I got done with it, I was just like sad it was over. I was just like, oh man. And I don't want to give away any spoilers to anybody viewing.
Yeah.
But it was really good, dude.
It was a really kick-ass game.
Oh, dude, it was like Tenchu Z put together. No, it was like Tenchu Z because I played that on Xbox, like the original Xbox, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not much of a console player, so I don't really remember. But no, that shit was so sick, dude. Tenchu Z was badass, but it was like that with actual like duels and ability of like an open world. It was cool. You could like choose what you want to do when you wanted to do it. No, the game was legit. If anybody hasn't purchased it, but when you got a PS4, you should probably look into that. Seriously.
Yeah.
No, I was on it for a week straight, dude. I woke up at midnight every night and played it for like 10 hours.
Oh my god.
No, I seriously did. I shit you not, brother.
I know. I saw some of the gameplay and I saw the movie cutscenes, and it was phenomenally well made. I could not...
it was great, dude. Especially for somebody like me, because I'm really big in like samurai movies and shit like that. You know? And so that was like a game on top of the cinematic experience. So it was just like... And I played the game more than I actually watched cinematics, so... Hell, it was a freaking amazing game. I was surprised at how well it was made. I ain't gonna lie to you. It is what it is, brother. But yeah, now it's over. I'm sad. I almost want to play it over like on hard mode, but I think I'll probably like say something like that before it comes out on the next console. Because I mean, they have to make a part 2 considering how good it was. Because it was the Mongol invasion of 1100. And you know, it was actually speculated quite a bit due to the fact that nobody had like katanas the way that they talk about them now, or the armor.
Yeah.
So it was actually a little bit off base, which isn't a problem because it was fun for what it was. Not that big of a deal. But if they came with something else like closer to the Edo period, like 1500 or something like that, then they killing our part 2. How's the queue going, brother?
Not too bad. Just getting through stuff right now. Trying to survive this fight right here. I got a really terrible fight that I'm dealing with.
I see that.
Yeah, I've got 2 on 2, but I'm dealing with a name, so that's equivalent to 4 on 2.
Oh, shoot. I gotta make my bill run real quick. I'll be right back, brother.
Alright, man. Take care.
Hello?
Your mic's open. There he goes. Anyways, that was War 2. He's a friend of mine. Play a lot of games together. He's also Bad Karma on MechWarrior. Ah, come on, stop stunning me. Alright, gotcha.
Oh, shit. Well, she's not there just yet, I guess. Alright. Well, I guess we're watching EQ for a minute. God, the gameplay is so terrible. I
On what?
can't believe this is still a thing.
Oh, EverQuest? It's the game mode. It's the way the...
I remember when I was in high
Oh, come
school.
on.
I remember when I was in high school, some kid was telling me like what a great game it was. Yeah, for its time, absolutely, but these days,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I just have way too much to fight here. I was in a bad spot for that pull.
Run away, brother, run away.
Yep, run as fast as I can.
That's all you can do.
Oh.
How far do they actually follow you?
They follow you until you're dead, usually. Or zone.
Great.
I can get out of the zone pretty easily. It's just right there.
With your little cheetah lady?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. This is terrible. This is like the worst thing ever happened on the internet. This is terrible.
Well, compared to modern
No,
games...
you heard me. No bullshit.
Hey,
No,
this
it's
was
not.
really good back in the old day, and it still is. I like
Yeah,
the
back in the
gameplay.
old day.
I,
Yeah, of course you do. Yeah, it seems like about your style and about your speed.
yeah, that is true. That is true. I won't deny the
I'm
fact.
teasing you.
I know. And I'm taking it in stride.
I'm just joking.
I know, I'm taking it in stride, though.
You're one of the better NWO players I fucking play with. Like, a lot of people get, like, salty and fucking old. And it's like,
Why do you get mad over someone just teasing you when you know they're teasing?
Oh, no, not that. I'm talking about NWO.
Oh, MWO, yeah.
People are fucking people get buttered over that.
Oh, yeah, they do.
It wasn't easy at tier 1, I ain't gonna lie to you. It was hard.
Oh.
I had to put the fucking work in, trust me.
I
When
actually do
people
better
cry
with...
about it,
It's
like,
You want to know something funny? I do so well with my Kit Fox and Fafnirs.
yeah, I checked. I watched your last video on YouTube earlier this morning.
Yeah, I was trolling people in my Kit Fox. It was so fun.
Yeah, I saw that. I noticed that. Yeah, I was, I haven't owned a TV in a long ass time, but now that I moved to this new place, I have 2 smart TVs.
Nice.
Both 55 inches, one hanging in the bedroom, one down there. And I was chilling on my couch listening to music, and I was going through my subscriptions or whatever. And I saw your video, and I watched a little bit of it. I watched a couple of the other ones where I'm like super drunk, and I'm embarrassed that you put that on there. Thanks so much. I appreciate that.
Well,
Did you see how fucking silly and ridiculous I am?
Yep.
Thank you so much, brother.
You're welcome.
I hope your next pieces are cold for the next 20 years.
Aw, that's so adorable. Do I need to get you a Chiquita banana?
What am I gonna do with that? I don't want it. I ain't one of your cam girls.
Ride that banana. Ride that banana. Oh, you squashed it.
You
Never
can.
mind.
I'm not.
You know what they say if you're banana.
You're fucking ridiculous, brother.
You know what they say.
The
banana's bigger than you. Then, well, oh well, brother.
Oh, that's all right. I'll be back in a minute.
All right. Have fun.
Hey, sweetie, are you here?
He left his mic open again.
I'll be right out.
Oh boy, I gotta tell him about that. Well, we did get that named, so that was good. We're not going to sit here in the corner and kill stuff. We're going to actually kind of go around, fight, and if we find names, we'll fight them. So we're going to explore as much as we can of the area, just for the fun of it, while we fight. Technically, go around looking for names to fight. Oh man, Mech Warrior, that's ruthless. Nah, you don't have to leave. You're always welcome to stay. It's just that he hasn't been on for the last week or so because he's been playing the samurai game that we were discussing. It's actually really, really good. You should check it out. It's just the movies if you want to see it on YouTube. I have to say it's one of the best PS5 games of the year. Definitely of the year. I don't think anything can top it. That's how good I think of it. And it's very, very rare that I see a PS4 exclusive that is that good. And even the Japanese have commented that American company that did that game really kicked ass on it. Gave it a lot of justice. It might. It has a strong sense of honor, the strong sense of the Japanese samurai honor, and all that included into it. And it has a really powerful storyline. I was really impressed with the way the game had their cutscenes. It was really, really good. It does. If for exploration, you'll probably have to ask um, Bad Karma on that. But from what I've seen, it did have a pretty good exploration system within it. But it was story driven quite heavily. Basically, the Mongols invade and they basically wipe out all the samurai on the island except for you and your father, your uncle, and you were nursed back to health by one of the peasants who is helping you because they need your help to get their brother from the Mongols that have captured them. It's quite an impressive storyline, in my opinion. The Mongols are weak sauce. No, the Mongols in this storyline are really strong. They utterly destroyed the samurai in combat. Let them invade my lawn. Yeah, true. With 30-25 weaponry, yeah. And them using only their spears, swords, and archaic weaponry and siege weaponry, yeah, they won't get far. $50 cals of beer. Yep, you'd wipe out the whole invading army. Make sure you get them all lined up into a small corridor. That way your 50 cals can tear through hundreds of them at a time. All right, AA Ability Grant. So mental clarity. Cha-ching. There we go. That takes that off the list. That's nice. I don't think so. You probably surprise them quite a bit. That's for sure. That would definitely scare them. For a bit, until they realize you can only kill so many. Yep. Show them what a true barbecue looks like, huh? It depends. They might attack you with a posse of peeps. You sell their equipment, they're done. So, what would you do if you were attacked by a posse of peeps? Shotgun. Wow. You know what I'm referring to, a posse of peeps, right? Little bird-shaped marshmallows. Posse of peeps that are possessed by demons. That would be quite an interesting thing. Rip and tear until it's done. That's the proper response. The Demon Peep Posse Army. I still think Animal Crossing with Doom would be an incredibly awesome mashup for an actual, a world game style. Mix the two up. I think it would have been really cool. Yeah, pretty much. This one's a placeholder. After we kill her, we'll move on. So you're thinking you're more of like a Duke Nukem style? Chewing bubble gum and kicking ass at the same time. Duke's a bitch. Dang. Dang. What about Doom? The Doom guy. Nice. Respect the Doom. Yeah. Oh, have you ever played the game Redneck Rampage by chance? Yeah, it did suck, but the concept of the beer drinking and all that, the different liquors that you drink and you have different abilities, that was so funny. Did you play Redneck Rampage Rides Again by chance? One of the funny, iconic weapons in that game, they kind of did a nod to Boulder's Gate, was the chicken firing crossbow. Instead of polymorphing enemies into chickens and killing them, you fired chickens at the enemy, literally. And then if you got like a critical shot to the heart or someplace else, the chicken would actually lay an egg after it got stuck in the body of killing the enemy. It was so stupid, but funny. Oh, what's the what game are you suggesting there? Oh, Path of Exile. Is that what game is that? Or is it just Path of Exile? I've heard about it. Oh, shoot. There we go. Woo! Would have survived. I'll look into it and see what it is. Ah. I'll definitely check it out after I'm done streaming night. Okay, definitely. I'll look into it. I trust you, man. I'll definitely look into it. I mean, I'm always up for different games, but I'm also waiting on 2 games that are being released this year. 1920 Iron Harvest and Cyberpunk 2077. So I don't want to get too deeply involved into another game, so to speak. You know what I mean? I want to make sure I have slots open for those 2 games. Fight this off myself for a little bit. Then now I have the pet going. Interesting. Path of Exile. I'll check it out, see what it's like, give it a little bit of a test play. I can do it this weekend before streaming. Maybe during the weekday. But I got a few things I got to take care of this week. I got to take care of a few endorsement stuff from my bus certificate things, so I'm going to be busy a little bit this week, just during the weekdays. Because I got to go down to the the DMV, and get all that sorted out after I've gone to the doctors and had my physicals and checkups. Because the DOT requires that I have a physical, and that's all I have to get updated. Then I have to get my license updated to the Real ID. Yep. Hey, I don't know what's going to happen for the fall, honestly. From the sound of it, they're basically shafting us bus drivers. And that is going to be very, very bad. It's not anything I need to worry about. Oh, wow. That's actually pretty good. That's actually a pretty good position, too. That's good. They probably let the older safety advisor go after the accident because they probably determined that he wasn't doing his job right. There have been too many problems under his watch. They did a test for you, right? To see whether or not that you'd fit that position before they decided to give it to you. Plus, you working on the ground level originally gives you a more better idea on what to look for. Yeah. Again, being on ground level in the work field, you know exactly what to look for in order to avoid safety issues. I think people that work in the environment, that work on the ground level, tend to have a much better grasp when it comes to safety issues in the workplace. Because of the fact that you're in the mix. The pet went flying. Well, remember, when you're in a position like that, you always got to be careful what you say about your job. Usually just keep your job out of recorded information online. You know what I mean? For instance, I can't say who I work for or talk bad about who I work for in any way because they do check what we do online. And if they know we're streamers and we're online chatting and all that, and we have Facebook, they do check that stuff in our company. And I will say this much: our company is a really good company. I really like it. So I try not to say anything bad about them because there's no reason to. I've never had any problems with them. Well, when you get that position, you're no longer a nameless face, trust me. But you never told me the company name or anything like that, so I have no idea where you work or what state you work in. So, generally, you kept your comments literally obscured. You could just be talking about McDonald's or Burger King or 7-Eleven or some other place, for all I know. Yep, pretty much. But never give them information to where they could peg the location you're talking about. That's how it goes. You gotta play it smart. Play it stupid, play it smart. But do the job right. That's what's important. So I'm in Bloodfields, guys. I'm just kind of having fun, just moseying around, checking things out, just getting into fights. On the map, I'm like right here, so I'm kind of venturing around this way. Then I'll come all the way around this way to this way. See what type of stuff I can find. I'm actually kind of hunting down named NPCs or mobs that spawn that I can possibly kill to see what type of loots they provide and drop. Just out of curiosity. And it's a good zone for me to hunt in and have fun with. Because a lot of the stuff here drop, there's like 30 really interesting items that can drop in this zone off anything here. So I'm kind of just hoping to get some of these really good drops to show up. Let me see here. Did I get anything good so far? So let's see. Nothing. That's just a quest item. Nice, but I already have it. Let's see. Boots. Cape. Nothing really. Just sellable stuff. Alright. Turn myself in such a way. Let's go ahead and beast out. Good saying. Very good saying there, McWare. Okay, can't poison him. That's nice. I really dislike the microtransactions of the newer games of the day. I will definitely check out Path of Exile. Stash space. Basically your bank space. Yeah, usually when you do crafting stuff and you try selling things, it takes up more space. Is there like a player economy where they have a trade house and stuff like that in Path of Exile, where you can buy better gear and equipment that's been made? Mm. Interesting. Oh, I'm old school too. Take a look at the game I'm playing. This is pretty old school, man. One of the first MMOs to actually hit the internet. There's one before it, but this was the most advanced at the time. Find it on the ground, pick it up, and use it. Hey, it's the enemy's right arm. I'm going to pick it up and beat him over the head senseless until he dies. That type of gameplay? Oh, it's a table, chair, and a bar stool. Okay. I'll use all that to beat the enemy, silly. Improvised weapon fighting. Better rest up first before I do anything. I want to thank Great Owl again for the parcel items today. That was awesome of you. Thank you for the other incarnate hand wrap. That was really nice. As you can see, I'm using it. Thank you so much, man. And the other item I can't really use, but I'll just keep it in the bags or something for a bit. See if anybody else wants it. But overall, I got a lot of the incarnate gear. The only thing I really need to get upgrades for is going to be the earrings, one ring, neck, and face. So I'm going to be looking for those on the auction house to see if I can get something good. Always trying to improve the character. But first, I got to get up my platinum because I've only got 2k left after my shopping spree that I did last session. So let's continue on and venturing through Bloodfields. There's a lot of fun stuff here. Okay, there's one. There's definitely two in here. Let's pull them. Yeah, definitely you'll get both at the same time. Let's go ahead and use that for now. Platinum-o. Yeah, you really need a lot of platinum to get some of the good items that you get before you can actually find them. I had a little over 13,000, and I wound up buying a bunch of nice things. Well, a lot of equipment you can get in the game that drop have lower level equipment levels than where you're finding it. Thus, let's say you have a level 60 character. He's finding equipment that could work on a level 60 character, but it could be equipped at level 48. So if you somehow had someone that's higher level than you in those zones, they could hand you down some really powerful equipment well before you're able to get it normally. What's this? No, I don't want that. Okay. Nothing in here. What is this? Ah, yeah. That's where a quest of griffins you kill. They're like fat, bloated imps. All right, Mech Warrior, thanks for sticking around and talking with me. It was a lot of fun having you on the stream. Thank you again, and have a good night. Just waiting for my mana to go up just a little more before we move on. Okay, so they're good for a little bit longer. Oof. Trying to fight 2 level 58s, I'm not too keen on that. Where does that go? So, I'm curious though. Let's go ahead and get invisibility up and take a trip through. I don't feel like fighting 2 level 58s. Even though I can probably take them, but that's a really rough fight. Okay. Let's play with the warrior, see how strong he is. Definitely want to dot him fully up. Does hit hard. What the? The world trembles around you. All of Discord seems to howl in pain. In the distance you hear Dragorn shouting for their freedom from Mata Maren's terror. Huh. Wonder what the heck was that? Must be a rebellion against Dragorn. Okay, let's see here. There's 2 there. Yeah, not a good idea to piss it off. No, we better not try to pull across those doors. Fight it where it stands. I don't want to risk poor pathing to have a whole bunch of stuff attacking me at once. Plus, I'm going to fight my way through most of this keep. See how far I can get. I'm curious. I haven't been to this section of the city yet, of the area. Not running anymore. Right after 12. God, I love Hobble Spirits. Very nice. This one we do want to bring down. Then after this one, we'll take a med break. Get some mana back up. So, the ruined city of Darnik. Haven't been in there. Let's take a look at the zone guide. So level 65, 70 zone. Okay. Can't enter there yet. A little too high level. It's good to know that I can run in there if I need to. I will not forget Path of Exile. I'll give it a try in the next 48 hours. I've never touched Path of Exile, so it'd be interesting to see what it's like. Alright, let's see here. Better start doing rebuffs, though. Actually, Spirit of Wolf would be important right now. Always have that up. Never know when that extra speed comes in handy. Alright, we now wait a little bit here. Okay. Be moving out here in a second. As soon as the meditation's up. Alright. Get Frenzy going. Then Haste. In case we need that. Let's see if we can see if any of these names are up. So we got one right here. Do hit decently hard. Let's go ahead and Frenzy out. But I'm not going to use the Discipline. I think I'm going to probably need it. Frenzy kicks back in pretty quick, so I'm not too worried about it. Just kind of keep an eye on the back line. Here he comes. Kind of figured I would be interrupted on this. Keep the magic use to a minimal. more. There we go. Do about 2 of these at a time at most, as long as I have a jump start on them first. How long is this tunnel? Okay, so we got a little ways to go. Interesting. Get our man up. So there could be a captain over here and a lieutenant over here. And a clergyman there. That leads to the zone exit. So that means we need to do a little scouting before we make any choices here. See what possibly can be a problem. First things first, I need mana. Mana, 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 mana. Alright, almost there. Just a couple more clicks. Should be good for now. We're going to do a little bit of scouting. Want to make sure I know what I'm getting my paws into, so to speak. Alright, so commoner, warrior. If I pull one, I'll probably get a bunch. Wow. So let's go ahead and run past these guys. So that leads to the zone. Question is, anything here? Okay, so that leads to the zone with the warrior in the middle. So nothing spawns here. Okay. Just a bunch of mobs to run through if I have to run. We got a couple warriors here. Okay, so let's see. We got 2 potentials here. Okay, so basically that's probably the spot, the path, one of those pH holder. Okay. Okay, so that's interesting. So I know there's no backup if I pull those 2, which is good. And then over here, dragon just adjacent is probably the pH. If I pull any of these, probably gets extras from there. So definitely that one's a very dangerous pull area. If I were to fight here, probably have to go to the very back of the room and piss off one of the little peons. Let's go over this way. Start clearing out this area first. If I get that, I'm going to probably pull the entire room. Let's see how many we get here. Probably get 3. Yeah, thought so. Spirit. To balance out the damage I'm taking, let's go ahead and double down on the damage to the big guy. Kill the water real fast. Careful with mana usage. Even though I have the exit right next to me, I plan on beating this. Hurry up and do some damage as quick as possible. We'll save the rest for healing on the pet. Now we got Frenzy back up. Nice. There we go. That should even things out for a bit. Yeah, I'm just glad that I had the disciplines to handle that. That would have been a real messy situation if I had no discipline abilities. Soon have men pet. So we'll have Men Companion as our next one. Then we have the 6s to do. This is a really good zone for me. That was a good fight, though. I'm glad I didn't pull 4. Oh. I know my Beastlord's capabilities, so I know that 4 would have been way too much, but 3 would be barely doable. And plus, I'm also next level almost. It's going to be a little while before I get there. And as you can see, I'm already just hammering away at AA after AA, which helps out. So my game plan is this. I am going to level up every advanced ability that is worth for my Beastlord up to 62, where I'm at right now. Once I do that, I'm then going to switch to leveling to 65 and then getting all the 65 AAs that I can possibly get. So this way, for each step that I do every 5 levels, I have time to work on AAs and time to work on leveling. This will allow me to strengthen my character personally and Warder to ensure by the time I hit 75, when I get the Guro ability, would be a hell of a beast. Right off the bat, just a really, really strong character. And then definitely have a lot of fun with it. I'm looking forward to doing some raiding and some dungeon grinding with people. Hopefully I'll get some invites sooner or later. I'll definitely be willing to do that if it's early on in the stream. Try my hand at some dungeon crawling. I want to thank Northern Coalition for some help and giving me a few items from some pretty powerful NPCs that are no drop, which was pretty awesome of them. Thank you so much. That was a few streams back. Actually, before a few streams back. It was off stream. I still try to do my shout outs for the people who've helped me so far in the game. Ha! 2 again, huh? This shouldn't be too hard. I just want to keep my exit clear, so if I have to run, I don't have to run through stuff. Also judging how much I can take. Look at me, you're gonna get butt kicked. That's the nice thing. Once they start running, they don't stop running, regardless of if there's an ally or not close by, which makes it much easier to deal with. So I can sit there and have it in run mode, and then quickly pull another and chain pull like that. So that way, my water finishes off the guy who's running, and I start the fight with the next guy. Nice. Cleared all that. Damn. And these are going to be our next two that we're going to clear. It's going to be a little tougher. So we're going to try to attempt to take out a level 58 and a level 50, double 58s. They are both warriors, so they do hit harder than the caster does. This will be kind of like dealing with the 3 at once. So I gotta make sure that I have stuff up that'll last for a while. Yep. Won't have Bestial Fury in this. We will have probably Spirit of Fury in the mid-fight. Oh, you dirty little dog. Let's take him over here. Come on. Oh, jeez. Won't follow. And definitely going to have problems here. At least go towards those guys. Okay. Gotta meditate again. Damn, that pat. It's a good thing we got that pat. Otherwise, it would have been really painful. 2 AAs now. Let's do something a little more different. Instead of trying to go through the front way there, let's go into that room, go to the back wall, and pretty much pull them from behind. First, we need mana. And so the trick of it is, for this room, I'm going to go to the very back, piss off one of these guys to get the 2 or 3 that'll come, kill them all, and then slowly eat away from the inside out. So that way I eventually clear the room. Then over here, I'll kill them by bringing them to this side of the area. So that way if anything spawns here, we won't have to worry about it. It's kind of like trying to figure out ways to break into the room without having to pull through the hardest stuff right off the bat and pull a whole bunch of stuff on me at once. Lessening the risk of mass pulls. Because I have a feeling if I pull those 2, I'm going to probably pull the center guy there and a couple others. That will be a fight that I cannot win. I can tell just by looking at the configuration. So I'm not trying to get in a fight where I cannot win. I'm trying to get in a fight where I can win and have the advantage. Okay, let's see here. Go ahead and give ourselves some haste. Use visibility to get where we need to go. Okay, we're going to play break the line from behind. Question is, how many am I going to pull here? Don't want to pull any of those from there. All right. That's good. Basically, I body pulled. That was close. There we go. So I'm slowly tearing apart this room. Likes to cast that damage spell, doesn't he? Alright, we should be able to take him with no problems. Oh, pulled all three. Interesting. Let's go ahead and get this guy first. Gotta hold out. There we go. Now let's just get our meditation up. Not half bad. We successfully cleared the room, practically. And then all we need is that other peon and we're good. And then we'll try to take out the two there. See if we can do 2 of those. Let's see, we got a few things coming down. What are those doing? Those are going to be fine for the next fights. Man Companion 1. gonna be nice to have that finally. Put it right under Paragon of Spirit. Getting some interesting items. These are really worth nothing. Oh, jeez. Crippling apathy. At least that came off pretty quick. All right, there we go. Shoot. Losing my haste. That's not good. Oh, should be fine. So I can take 258s with no problem. But it is heavy on mana drain. Save it for healing. Should be flipping over to running very soon. Very close fight, though. Alright, there we go. So he successfully cleared the room from behind. Kind of challenging myself, seeing if I can clear this endway effectively. Alright, so we definitely need so. Ah, the room's respawning. Wow, that's fast. Okay. Alright, I better get moving before the rest spawn in. Yep, and there's the pather. This has become a nice little grind area. Some high blues and some low blues. I mean, this is much better than the other area I was fighting in. I like this. And it's really good experience, too. Alrighty here. Frenzy back up. Alright, here, let's see. Okay, we don't have any of our standard stuff up. Do have Paragon of Spirit. Let's trigger that. Let's get some health back as we fight. As long as you don't panic when you have multiple mobs, you should be able to handle them pretty effectively as a Beastlord, especially if your gear is pretty good, like what I got. My gear, I bought half of it, found a quarter of it, and a quarter of it was gifted to me, which is actually pretty cool. But I did earn most of my gear and all my spells through my leveling. That was actually pretty good. Let's get our mana back up again. All right, let's see here. Ooh, yeah. This one we're going to have to go invisible and hit the back line. Hope we don't piss off too much. I know I can fight through a couple level 58s with no problem. I want to make sure that I take out what I can here. It's going to be a lot here. Pretty sure I'm going to get a few. Okay, there we go. Not exactly sure how many I'm going to pull on the next pull. So we're just going to wait for it. Get our mana up real quick. So this idea of pulling them from behind, from the back of the room, versus trying to pull them from the front of the room, has been actually working out real well. I'm able to clear this out little by little. And I'm not pulling a shit ton at a time where I can't handle it. If I were to try a frontal assault on this room, I think it would end pretty badly. It's not something you can take easily on the front. Even though they're light blues, they can still do a lot of damage in mass numbers. So, taking it from the back of the room, one at a time. If you're curious where I'm at, I'm like just kind of messing around near the zone line of Ruined of Daring, and just clearing out each of these rooms just to test my skill at pulling. And then over here, I'll do the same thing. I already did the same thing over here and in here. So these are the last 2 check rooms. I cleared the two mobs right here, and then now I'm here. So it's been quite an interesting test of skill. Trying to use as little mana as possible with fast, short breaks. And as you can see, I'm just basically showing the experience that I'm gaining here as I'm going through. I've already gotten 1 5-pointer AA today, and I'm trying to get the second one by getting another 2 before the stream's up, if possible. There we go. If you got any comments or questions, feel free to ask. I'll be happy to talk with you. I like having people to talk with me on my streams, so feel free. And thank you for watching, by the way. I really appreciate the time that you take. So, my next step is going to be pulling probably these 2. Then the last step will be these 3, most likely. If I pull the 3, I'm definitely going to focus on him, and then take out the other 2 at the end. That should drop my mana like a rock when I do that. So there'll be probably a 2-er, maybe a 3-er on this next pull. Definitely, it's hard to say if he'll join in on the second pull. These are all level 53. Not too worried about them. It's more of that blue jumping into the mix. But I'm not worried about it. I know I can handle 2 of these dark blue. 20% to go. All right, let's go. So we got him left by himself. That's good to know. You can actually pull 2 and 2 all the way through here with no problems. I used Paragon of Spirit to offset my health drop. The mana increase is nice, but it's not really that effective because it's only a tier 1 Paragon of Spirits. It still gives me some decent amount of mana back. Beat the crap out of him real quick. So we got that little side challenge done. Okay, and we're gonna try figure out this room. So far, I have traveled from here, from the front of here, drank Scar, been through there already in a previous stream, been up here a bit, traveled around through here, killing stuff as I went, then slipped through here, then came up through here, killed here, killed here, then killed here, came back around, came into here, and now I'm working here. So, I've been pretty much busy. I got still more of this zone to explore. I still got this whole area from here. Let me pull it up. This whole area from down through here to explore. Oh, wait a minute. Ooh, getting close to that time. Let's just go ahead and get ourselves situated for the next run. It's getting close to that time. I'll get back to here later on and clear that room, just for the fun of it. I like to go through and clear stuff out, challenge myself to see how deep I can go into places. This has been a fun run tonight. I had a lot of fun. Slowly getting through all my advanced ability points for what I want to get done. I need to actually start taking some more time off stream to level up this character too. But it comes down to how much of a pain work has been for the day and how tired I am from the night. Because I go to bed really late at night, get up real early in the morning for the runs that I do. So I'm always pretty much go, go, go or napping when I need it. Man, I wish they made this zone entrance a little shorter. This is a really long run through a tunnel. And if you get yourself turned around, you might be winding up running back to the city. Because this tunnel is a little windy. So if you're not careful, you can actually backtrack accidentally. Right now, we're coming out of Alshare out into the Shadow Weaver's Thicket, which is a newbie starting area. The portal to or the book to Plane of Knowledge is over here. So I use my home origin to get here and hop over to the next zone over real fast to get Plane of Knowledge. It's actually pretty fast. It's much faster than trying to go any other way. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's see here. That's not a bad haul for tonight. That was equivalent to 1,431 platinum earned tonight. That's not bad. Not bad at all. I like the blood fields. Even though you don't get platinum for killing stuff, you do get a potential chance of getting some good stuff that you can actually sell for a good amount of money. Oh, sorry. Accidentally tabbed out there. Okay, stop moving sideways. And I'm just getting ready to set up right next to here. So I get the quest when I come log back in the morning or on the next day of our streams. Anyways, I want to thank everybody for watching us playing some EverQuest this evening. It was a lot of fun entertaining you as Sylph Talon. I hopefully you enjoyed watching. If you like what you see, please follow. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to message me directly on www.twitch.tv/SylphTalon and do a message directly to me. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions or comments you got. Anyways, for tomorrow evening, it will be Battletech. We'll be continuing on with our little challenge of Robot Jocks, which is our special little challenge. All it is short-range weaponry and melee. That's pretty much it. And I cannot use any long-range weapons or anything like that. It's just short-range weapons and melee. So it's a Rock'em Sock'em robot action. And then Thursday will be MechWarrior Online at 7 o'clock and Friday as well. Thank you for watching. Have a good night. Be safe. Be well. Sylph Talon out.